Good day to each and every one of you. Shalom. I would like to share something with you all, and for me personally, it's very significant. Now, I am not a numbers type of a person. Math makes my head spin, and I don't care for numbers. But it was a time to where when I first learned about the gematria of the how God can use numbers to speak to us. There was a season to where I was like, literally looking for signs by numbers. And then after a while, I started getting dependent on, certain numbers and such. I don't know. I was just getting carried away with it. So um, then after God had dealt with me about that, I stopped like looking for numbers. So now recently it seems like certain recurring numbers are starting to pop up before me. So recently I was taking a walk with my children and I looked up and I happened to look at somebody's license plate and it had 777. And then after that I was starting to see 333. So it's certain numbers that's starting to pop up again, and I'm not even in the season to where I'm looking for that. Like, I matured when it comes to certain things in my walk with God. All glory be to Him. So there was this dream that I had, and I had this dream. I think the day before I was watching a live stream that was done by Pastor Sandy. He recently did a live stream on Thursday, I believe, and I think it's called RMBC Hebrew class. And during his teaching, he was mentioning that the book of Psalms is the 19th book. And he was correlating that when you count forward from Genesis, the book of Psalms is the 19th book of the Bible. And then he said when you count from Revelations back to Psalms would be the 48th book. So he was saying that to say 1948, God was also pointing to that time frame, and that's also when the nation of Israel was reborn as a nation. And basically we're going off of that timeline of when they were rebirthed as a nation. And he was basically just saying, okay, we are that generation that will see the rapture, or will experience the rapture. So I wasn't aware that the book of Psalms, or the book of Psalm, is the 19th book in the Bible. So when I saw this in my dream, when I saw it was like a sticky note, and on the sticky note it said read 1919. So I went through the book of Genesis all the way through Revelation, and I was reading only the 19th chapter of each book that had it, and I was reading the 19th verse of each of those chapters. So I went through it, and there were some, interesting things that I came across, but nothing really like stuck to me. So then after I heard the live stream Thursday, I had this dream like the day before Thursday. So after I really didn't know what it meant, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just going to forget about it. Through Pastor Sandy, God reminded me that the book of Psalm is the 19th chapter. So I skipped the book of Psalm because there wasn't a 19th verse for Psalm chapter 19. So I just skipped it. I was like, okay, So now I backtracked, and now I'm just reading the 19th book, which is Psalm, and then I read the whole passage of Psalm 19. And this is what it said. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night sheweth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it. and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. So when I read that, I was like, wow, this stuck with me because we are in a season right now to where we are waiting for Jesus to come. And I've always been shaky when it comes to the pre-tribulation doctrine. I just wasn't sure. That's what I first believed when I got into the faith. And then I went through some false doctrines and stuff, and it kind of messed up my understanding. But now God has placed me on the right track in sound doctrine. So as May 14th on the Gregorian calendar is approaching, that will be the end of the 70th year of Israel being a nation. And it's being said that, this is just a high watch time for Jesus to come. So you can read it in its entirety for yourself. And I just wanted to share this with you all. God bless.